Comparing to an essay, poster, or video, a three-dimensional representative will usually have a larger impact to the audience. This is because people tend to observe all perspectives of three-dimensional figure out of curiosity, especially if it represents a story, situation, or history.
Biologically, once people observe an object, it is saved in the long-term memory in the hippocampus. And because genocide is an important matter, we decided to choose the most effective way to portray our message to an audience.
We realize that once you look at the sculpture, you think of a meaning behind it, which makes the person relate to it using his logical reasoning. The stage of denial is a complicated stage that can be seen in so many perspectives, which a sculpture could relate to, due to the fact that three-dimensional and is also needed to be observed in many perspectives. What's our sculpture, Melanie?
Our sculpture is about the denial stage of the Armenian genocide. Do you want to explain the two sides of our sculpture? So the mask part of the sculpture, there is a hand that's reaching down to get the mask. This shows the denial that the current day Ottoman Empire, which is Turkey, is placing charges against the Armenian genocide.
The mask basically represents controlling the narrative, and the hand represents how we're trying to reveal the truth by taking away the mask, which at the other side of the sculpture is the truth, which actually influenced by Guernica, right?
So during World War II, the Spanish Civil War happened.
Basically, the Nazis helped
The
in
Nationalist
the Nationalist Party in Spain, right?
Yeah.
So they practiced their bombing on Guernica, it's a city in Spain. So they used them as an experiment. And in Pablo Picasso's artwork Guernica, it represents the war and then the death of the innocent, and we took that as an influence.
We used the Guernica from Pablo Picasso, which is put into his style of Cubism. We used sculpture to integrate into this Cubism bits and pasted on the other side of the mask.
More things that actually shows and portrays the war and controlling the narrative. We had clouds made of cotton on the base of the box. We're trying to show here a lot of contrast and showing the difference between the reality and the truth. The difference between their story. In Hong Kong, we learn about the Armenian genocide. For us, it's the truth. But in the US or in Turkey,
In Turkey, it is illegal to speak of anything that happened to the Armenians during that time.
So our theme of the sculpture is contrast, showing how the world just contrasts today with the truth and how they just control the narrative. As we said about the clouds, we had clouds showing purity, showing white, showing the truth. And then on the side of the boxes we had
Blood spatters.
blood spatters, which represents war, impurity. As it drips on the cloud, it shows contrast and it emphasizes the fact that it's trying to control the narrative, but somewhere or another it will always strip out truth. And then we had sand on the Guernica side of the sculpture. Sand was to represent how they used to kill the Armenians by sending them to the desert and to suffer with no food and water.
The outside of the box, we painted it a gravel color, meaning really dark blue and gray. On the top side, we added some sand to it. This shows the roughness of the box. we tried making like the entire box look ripped so that it will show how like damaged this entire